Predi Rasya Paranaya Raktohan Puraka Rupopi. That's the Harry Potter Kamalam Bandri Chaitanya Devas. Still Rupa verse 25. The Christian millennium says Prabhaktohan Baraka Rupopi. I am Baraka. Very, very insignificant. So whatever I am writing, it is not from me. It is the religious Praranaya. It has been inspired in my heart by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Baraka means insignificant. So the Jiva was 25 could not tolerate this meaning. So he said, no, Baraka is the best of all speakers. So what Srila Rupa Goswami has manifested, that was inspired in his heart by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is this kavya, it is incomparable, it is apurva, unparalleled in this day of good Brahma. You can give an example. Srila Rupa Goswami has written some very beautiful words spoken by Vrindavana when she saw the joyful meeting of Radha Krishna in the Nikunjas of Giraj Govardhan. She said, Radhaya Bhavatascha Chita Jatuni Sweda Vilapya Kramat Yunjan Adri Kunja Kunjara Pate Yedruta Brida Brahman Chitraya Swayaman Parandya Ya Brahman Dahami Odure Nu Yogi Navaraga Indala Varai Singara Karyu Tuti. The meaning is that I can speak loudly. The meaning is that Sringar Rasa, Sringar Rati is like an artist. Just as an artist takes a palette of different colors and then mixes them together to create a work of art. So in the same way, Sringar personified. Sringar personified is like an artist. That is, Rati, the study bhag, is like an artist which is taking Vibhav, Anubhav, Sanubhav, Yamacharibhav, mixing them together to make a very beautiful rasa. So just as an artist will take some lac and then melt it with a flame and then mix into that some vermilion, some kumkum to paint a very beautiful picture on the inside of a palace. So in the same way, the artist, Sringarati, has taken the two hearts of Radha Krishna and he's begun to melt them. Gradually, the two hearts of Radha Krishna are melting. And the heat which he is applied to melt these two hearts is the heat of their sattvic parts. Because one of the sattvic parts is sweat, perspiration, where they become very hot and they begin to perspire. So taking the heat of Radha Krishna's perspiration, the artist of Sringarati is melting their hearts. Pramat means very slowly. Until the two hearts become one. Then he is mixing in the reddish, the kumkum, vermilion, in excessive proportions, not just a little, so much, and making it very, very bright, and then painting a beautiful picture, decorating inside of the palace. So this poetry has so many monies, and the deep meaning of this is it is a description of the gradual manifestation of Radha Krishna's experience of Mahabhav, both of them. How is that? First, there is Rati, that is the artist himself. After Rati, then there is Sneha. Sneha is characterized by the melting of the heart. So he, by saying he's melting their hearts, the Sneha is implied. But he said their heart is melting gradually. Usually the heart will melt just in a moment, very quickly. But the reason the heart is melting gradually is because there's some resistance that indicates man. If Radhika is in man, then the sneha, the melting of the heart will occur gradually and not quickly. So here, Rati, or Prem, Radhaya Bhavajas, that means Radharani is meeting with Krishna, but they're not married. And so because they're not married and all society is against them, this should make obstacles. But the definition of praying is that all the obstacles are present, and all the causes for the praying to be broken are present, but it is never broken. That bondage of love, that is the definition of praying. So here, Rati, praying, Sneha, Man, then Yunjanadri, they are united, their hearts become united. That indicates pranay. When there's complete Vishrampa Bhav, and Radha Krishna think, my heart and your heart are one, my body, your body is one, my senses, your senses are one, my buddhi, buddhi is one. They become completely identified with each other. So this is pranay. Then Yunjan, Adri, Kunja, Kunja Pate. Where are they meeting? They're not meeting in Nandagaon, Yavat, or Varsana. They have to go very, very far to Giriraj Govardhan, wandering over sharp stones and thorns and forests in the middle of the night, undergoing many, many difficulties to meet together. Yet still they feel so ecstatic. So that level of praying, wherein that which is usually a cause of suffering becomes a cause of happiness, is called rag. So Rati, praying, Sneha, Man, Pranay, rag. Then the artist of Shringar, Rati, is mixing in the vermilion, that is rag, right? It's the red color. So rag, then anurag, because it makes a bright, fresh color, but not a little anurag, but rather bhuyo vinava raga hingala barai. It is a great abundance of rag, anurag. So when anurag becomes in great abundance, anuraga samvedya dasha prabhakashita, then it becomes into the stage of Mahabhav. So in this way, all the stages of the development of Radhika's Snehi Bhav, all the way up to Mahabhav. And because she's meeting with Krishna also, Krishna has the chance to experience this Mahabhav. Without Prajagopis, it's not possible. Krishna cannot experience Mahabhav when he's meeting with the Dwaka Mahishi, Rukmini, Satyabhama, because their praying only goes up to Anurag. And Krishna, Yayatama, Prabhapenta, he is reciprocating with everyone. So Sri Krishna can only himself experience this Mahabhav when he's meeting with Prajagopis. So not only has Rupa Goswami in this one Utpraksha Lanka, in this one metaphor, he is not only presenting all the stages of the development of the Snehi Bhav, but also the very specific characteristics of Mahabhav itself. Because here it is said that Swasambhedya, there are three symptoms of Mahabhav. Anuraga, Swasambhedya, Akasha, Prabhapakashita, Yada, Ashraya, Vritis, Bhava, Ityavidhiyate. There should be Swasambhedya, Dasha, Prakashita, and Yada, Ashraya, Vriti. So Rupa Goswami has hidden these three characteristics also within the metaphor. So, Niyaduta Veda Brahman, that Radha Krishna's idea that they are separate, that they are two persons. This is a Brahm, it is a mistake. But Nirdutta Veda Brahman, this mistake has been completely removed. And Radha Krishna experienced that they are one. So this indicates the Anuraga Samvedya. And then that their swayed, their perspiration, that means the sattvic bhav is so intense that their hearts are melting. This indicates Prakashita. Because Prakashita means Udipta sattvic bhav, Udipta and Sudipta, where all 8 sattvic bhavs are manifest simultaneously and also to a very intense degree. And then Yavada Shrai Vritti is the symptom where the bhav of Radhika is emanating, the vritti of the bhav is emanating, and it is entering into all moving and non-moving living entities and pervading them in accordance to the degree of their capacity to receive it. So that is called Yavadashra Vritti. So here that is illustrated by the poetic metaphor that if the artist would paint very beautiful decorations on the inside of a palace, then if someone will walk into that palace and see, they'll, how wonderful. And they'll become struck with wonder. So in the same way here, the entire universe is considered a palace. And anyone in the universe at that time will be struck by the great power of Radharani's love. So that is called Brahmanda Shobha character. That the entire universe becomes perturbed by the extension of Radhika's power. So there is no comparison to the poetry of Srila Rupa Goswami. In very few words, he has given the entire encyclopedia of Rasa Tattva and Radha Krishna's Nikunda Vilas. Srila Rupa Goswami.
Vrindavana Bihari Lal ki jai.
Put it in. This is turned it off.
Vrindavana Bihari Lal ki jai. Shri Radha Madan Mohan Dev Ji ki jai. Shri Keli Kaumudi Granth ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Hari Mo. Shri Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govind Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govind Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Govind Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Shri Radha Raman Hari Govind Jai Jai Radha Vrindavana Bihari Lal ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Purana Purushottamaye. Om Jayate Parashar Sonu Satyavati Huraye Nandano Vyaso Yasyasya Kamar Galtam Vagnay Mamtam Jagati Vishwa Sarga Visargade Navalakshana Lakshatam Shri Krishnaksham Param Nam Jagadham Namamita Hridayasya Preranaya Pravartitoham Barakupopi Tasya Hare Padkamalam Vande Shri Chaitanya Devasya Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitanshcha Narayan Namaskritya Naram Jayam Naruttamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tatu Jayanti Vanchakalpabhyascha Krapa Sindhubhyayo Cha Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Bolo Vrindavana Bihari Lal ki jai. We were just listening the description of Mahabharata. Anuragasya Samvedya Dasham Prapta Prakashitah Yavadashya Vrittisya Mahabhavasya Virutah. That means Mahabharata contains all features of everything from Rati to Mahabharata. All qualities and all features are found in Sri Mahabharata. And Mahabharata is resting mainly as a Madhanakshi Mahabharata in Sri Radharani. Sarva Bhavo Gamullasi Madhunoyam Parat Paraha Rajite Hladini Saraha Shri Radhayan Ev Yasana. The Madhanakshi Mahabharata is the main and the best form of a prema. That means it is very, very much a ripe form of a prema, and that is resting in Shri Radhika. So Sarva Bhavadgamullasi, every bhav is can be seen. Every bhav can be seen in the Magna Bhav of Shri Radha. And he has described it very beautifully by metaphor that a house is built, and there so many very beautiful paintings were also done, and that paintings was also very much permanent because they are done by the jatu or lakh, and so that color will not fast. That color is that will not go. So that is very much fast color, and that will not remove. So all the how Shri Radharani has, he has described very beautifully. That was grateful to him that he is describing so beautifully the swarup of Mahabhav in this. And Shri Mahabhavati Shri Radhika is having sometimes man, sometimes goodness, sometimes rag, anurag, prem, sneh, man, pranay, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, everything is there, found there. So here Shri Radhika is also having the clothes and garb, proud, and having the proud, Shri Radhika is now claiming that Krishna, you have to give us the text. So Lalita was saying that Shri Krishna Shlaksham Kathayasi Atra Naparadhyasi Tvam. We are 247 parents. 247 paragraph. Shri Lalita says that Krishna Shlaksham Kathayasi, you are speaking very sweet, correct. Atra Naparadhyasi Tvam. You are not doing any aparad or any wrong thing. Because Ghatte Devya Eva Esha Apurva Kopa Prasadaha, where you are standing, this is the result of this place that you became so much sinful, and you have left your very simpleness, you have left it, and you became so much shaitan or having the all difficulties with you. So, so this is the result of this place. Bhakti Devi. Jen Satkul Kumar, you are a Satkul Kumar. You are born in a very good pool. But Dhut Dhubinam, now you became the Dhut very much shrewd and very much Dhut. You became Dhut. Dhurin money, the head of all Dhut.
Rascals.
Rascals. All rascals. Age Apurva Sada. Sushti Bismapuno, Kanchana Vidyam Jhatate Adhyapitosi. So this place has taught you all the tricks of that rascalness. So this is so everybody praises Shri Bridge Bhumi and Shri Radha. This that is the place which has taught you all rascalness. And Shri Radhika says, Mohan, here Sahishyamehi. We have tolerated very so much. And now the extreme has passed. So Kir Sahishyamehi. How long we can tolerate? Yad ati nirmanthanat agnis chandanat achayate. If the rubbing will be done very much, then even fire comes out of the chandan, sandal. So, asmat bhusham na deyam. You should not blame us. Then, hiranam api chanchalyam jayate. Because hiranam api chanchalyam jayate. Though we are very much having the tolerance, even then we became now aggressive. Shri Krishna says, apatu brahman karni bhi abhi put nati bhi alam prasid devi vitarad dhanane va madishtani amritishta atanu sangara kriyamba. Shri Krishna is saying that apatu brahma karni bhi abhi. These gopis are apatu brahma karni, can deceive those persons who are not very much clever. But you cannot deceive a person like me. I have know everything. So apatu, though the person who are not very much clever, who then you can deceive. Brahmakarini, you can deceive only them. Putnati vi alam. So now do not spread your putnati, your this misleading attitude. You cannot express them. So putnati vi alam. So don't spread your this putnati. Putnati is cowardly or these tricks of diplomacy. Diplomacy, yes, yes, yes. So this diplomacy. Vitarad dhananyava. Either you pay here the tax. Vitar adya dhanani. Either you pay the dhan to us, madishtani, whatever I require, and anutishta atanu sangrakriyam. Anutishta, or you became agree and you became ready for the fighting of atanu sangar. Atanu means Kamdev, who does not have his body, limbs. So atanu mane Kamdev. So the sangar means yudh, the fighting or the yudh of Kamdev. So for that, either you became ready. So either you pay me the wealth or you became ready for the battle of Kamdev. And Shri Vrindavana is saying that Tvam Mahasanguni노si Sangyuginosi Sanyuge Khyati Magataha Yodyam Tatastvaya Sadham Kshamantam Avala Katham. O Krishna, Tvam Mahasanyuginosi, you are very much famous as the great warriors. Warrior. So Mahasanyugi means a warrior. You are a great person, warrior. Sanyuge Khyati Magataha, and Sanyuge means in fighting, in battle. You have achieved that fame. Sanyuge Khyati Magata, you have achieved the fame. Yodhum Tataspaya Sardham, and we are very delicate, having very delicate body. We are ladies and having a very delicate body. So, Yodhum Toya, how we can fight with you? Shamantam Avala Katham. We are Avala, we are ladies and having a delicate body. So, how we can fight with a person like you, who is very much famous and got that fame that you are the Veer Var, you are the greatest of all fighters. And Shri Krishna is saying, Kananechari, Swarupa Anavidyasi. Oh, Kananechari, you are roaming in this Vrindavan. That means you do not know that what person says about you. Because you are living in isolation. You are living in this canon. So you do not know that what other persons thinks of you. So, O Kanunachari, Swarup Anuvyasi, you are not recognizing your own Swarup. So you are not less than any warrior. You are also very famous warrior. Because you have whole Chaturangani Sena, four parts of Sena, four ang you have, four portions of the Sena. So the first thing is Rath. Among four ang, first thing is Rath. And Shri Krishna is saying, Pashye, Unnata Shroni Rathaha. You have very beautiful thighs, and those thighs are as Rath. So, Jangha, your thighs are Rath. So, you have the Rath. Chariots. And Matangaja. And you also have Matangaj, means elephants. So Hathi, Ghoda, Rath or Pyade. These four are the Chaturangani Sena. So you have the Rath chariots, that is your Jangha, thighs, and Matangaj Kramaha. You, while you moves just like an elephant. So your moving is very much beautiful, and it is just like elephant. As elephant moves very beautifully, and just having the turns, sometimes right, sometimes left. So there are two types of the way of going. One is Hansagati, and other is Gajgati. So Gajgati is on the side, moving in this way, and Hansagati is moving in this way, rowing in this way. So Hans moves like toward, and Hathi, elephant moves this side to side. So Matangaj. So in Abhiman, in proud person, normally moves side to side, and in very much polite way, he moves just moving toward. So Hansagati and those are the moves are different between them. So Matangaj Pramojjala, Sushtu Padat Shobhana. So you are Matangaj Pramojjala. Your going is your speed is just like Hathi, the elephant, and Sushtu Padat Shobhana. And you are also having very beautiful padati, means the pedal infantry. The infantry is also so in army there is infantry, so that's padati. Of Kamasi Chamat Kachabhar Chambara, and your kesh, those are just like the chamar. Chamar means the horses. So as horse has his ears, in the same way, your hairs are just like horses. So you are also have the Ashwasena. So Kamasi Chamak. Kamas means of Kamdev, of Cupid. You have the Chamar. So your hairs are just like culls are just like the chamar, and that represents the force of elephant of horses.
Cavalry division.
And Chamara Chamu. Chamu means Sena. Chamar means horses, the Sena of horses. And Chamur, in this way, Amuhu, Char, Chamuruhu Lochana. Amuhu means man, just see these gopis, those are following you. They are Chamuru Lochana. Chamuru means deer. They are Mrganaini. their eyes are just like of a deers. So Chamuru Lochana means Mriganayani, these gopis are, Amu means these gopis are Chamu, are in your Chamu, in your Sena. So the Chamu and Chamuru and Amuhu, in this way, Yamak Alankar is used here. And then beautifully, every Chamu is having the different meaning. Chamu means, first Chamu means Sena or army. The second Chamu means Cha Amuhu, means this. And Chamuru means Mrg. So in this way, you are having the Chamu Shabda has three different meaning, and it is repeated and having the Yamak Alankar in this way. Shri Radhika says that Nagar Pul Balika Vimohanam Idam Te Ghatendra Chalam Na Punha Alam Vistareno. We know that Pul Balika Vimohanam, whatever you are, your Ghatendra Jalam, whatever magic you are showing, that this Ghatendra Jal, this Indra Jal, this magic is can be Vimoh, can be bebuilt only Pul Bala. A few Pul Bala who is coming from a great destiny, to them it can be bewildered. But we are not bewildered by this this activity or this message. So Pul Balika, so those are very little Balika, Shishu, infants, you can deceive them, you can bewilder them, but we are a grown-up lady and we will not be bewildered by your this message. Ata punam alam vistarena. Do not expand this message. Sakhi nath, Sakhi sanatha, yagya vedta chaltasmi. Just see, I am proceeding and nobody can check me. So challenging Sri Radhika is saying that Sasakhi Sanatha, with my all Sakhi, with my all friends, I am going Yagya Vedikam Chaltasmi. I am going to Yagya Vedikam. So I am proceeding there. Shri Krishna then says, O Gurnitakshi, Ghana Ghatta Kareno, Shidram Agratasi. O Gurnitakshi, oh, your eyes are just gurni, are bewildering. Rolling, yes. Gurnitakshi, they are very much chanchal, they are moving. So, oh Gurnitakshi, oh, your eyes are very much chanchal and they are very much moving. Sometimes you see it on this time and sometimes on that time. So, oh Gurnitakshi. Ghana Ghatta Kareno, Shidram Agratasi. Ghana Ghatta means my hands are very much swift, full of swiftness. Ghana Ghatta. Then that means my hands are very much full of swiftness. So, Shidram Agratasi, I have caught you. So, with my swift, my fast and swift hands, I have caught you. Katham chalne tum prabhutapasi. So, how you can move an inch from here? So, you cannot move a little. And Chapaklata says, Kim Khalu, Bhoja Rajasya Adhikat Bhavasi. Oh, are you a officer of Bhojaraj? So it seems that you are the officer of a country. Bhojaraj Adhikari. But Karvavena aradhanyasvam. So we will serve you by paying tax. So you are not a person of concern. For him, we will pay tax so that you can carry it to cons. So we will not going to give you any tax. So Kim Bhojirajasya Adhikari Bhavasi. Shri Krishna saying, yes, yes. I am Champakrate Bhog Rajasya Adhikari Asmi. Bhoje and Bhog. These are two translations of Bho Rajasya. In Prakrit Shri Champakrata ji is saying that Kim Bho Rasya Ahari. Are you the Adhikari of Bhog Rajasya? Bhoj Rajasya. So Shri Champakrata was saying Bhoj Rajasya means cons. And Shri Krishna is saying not of cons. I am Bhog Rajasya Adhikari. So that means Bhog Rajasya means I am the master of all conjunctions that was done here. So I am a user, I am a consumer of all this bridge, and I will use you persons also. I will enjoy you persons also. So Bhog Rajasya Adhikari. Yes, Bhog and Rajasya for of Bhog means eating and Rag means love. I am Adhikari of that. So Bhog Rajasya Adhikari Tathyam Asmi. Tathapi Nati Tushti Kar Damen Aradhane. Aradhane. Even then, Nati Tushti Mamo. Kar Damen Aradhane. If you will only, so Nati Tushti Mamo. Even then, I am not interested in Bhog and Rag. I am only now interested in taking tax. So I am not interested in new persons. I am only interested in tax. So tathapi na atita tushti. So though I am Bhog Rajasya Adhikari, even then I am tathapi nati tushti. I am not very much satisfied with Bhog or using, consuming the various facilities. So I am not interested in those facilities. But Kardamen Aradhane, I am now interested only in Kardan Aradhane. Tata Pratna Niguhan Kanchan Umhanev Spushantu Bhavatyaha. So now you just touch your 10 golden, those pictures, those you have concealed with your clothes. So sprisha means you give them, you offer them. In Dana, in Mimamsa, if a thing is to be given, then Datum Aham Utsurje, saying this, a person just touch it. So that is the touching means this thing is only given. There are so many things on the table, and to which thing he will touch, only that thing will be given. So in the same way, you, as you have hidden those beautiful golden pictures with your clothes, so only touch them. That means you offer them, so that I can possess them. So Kumhane Spushantu Bhavatyaha. So that means Spushantu money you give, you offer me. Lalita says, Hant Mugdha Bidamman Chaturi Garvit Pashe, Ema Vedagdha Pravara. We are not a little girls, Mugdha, to whom you can deceive. Mugdha Vidamban. Mugdha means the unintelligent girls.
Naive, inexperienced.
Unexperienced persons. Mugdha. Vidamban Chaturi Chatur. You are very much chatur, very much clever to deceive a new one Mugdhajan. But we are not Mugdha. Pashi Imat Vedagdha Pravara. We are very much Vedag, we are very much clever and wise persons. We are not ignorant persons. Koshtu Yuvati Balyaha. We are living in Koshtu and we are Yuvati. We are a grown-up ladies. Ragyo Ghattadaman Kartitva. We is now cutting the Ghattadan of your Raja. That means we are not accepting the Ghattadan that is to be given to your Raja. So Ragya means of yours and your cons. Ghattadanam Kartitva. Cutting it, curtailing it. Salilam Chalanti. We are going, we are moving. Tat Udyana Chakravartanam Gatva Phutpuru. You go and complain against us. We don't take care of you. So we are challenging you. So Tat Gatva, Tat Udyana Chakravartanam Gatva. Go to Udyana Chakravarti and Phutpuru. Make complaint against us. Shri Radhika said at that time, Kim Kartavyam Harina Yat Sarahasam Balita Purto Lanta. Kim Kartavyam Harina. What a line.
Krsna, Bhuja Vikramana.
Yes. Bhuji Vikramana Maya Kathamba Tab Heto Api Food Pitir Vidya. While I am having the power within my arms, so while I am self-sufficient and I do not require the assistance of any other person, I am myself very much sufficient. So Bhuja Vikramana, I have the power in my hands, in my arms, myself. So, Kathamba, Tabheto, why I will go and complain it to Kans? So, I will not complain it. Because if a officer is powerless, only then he complains against a person to the higher authority. So, normally, it is the incompetency of the person. If he complains to the higher person, a great and a competent officer never complains against his lower person or his subordinate person to the higher person. So, that is the rule of the administration. So he should give the thing himself rather than complaining. And if he is complaining to the higher person, then it shows that you are incompetent yourself. In my previous life, in the previous days, while I was teaching and I was appointed in college, and some students was making very much, they are very much naughty and mischief, creating mischief in class, and do not let me teach. And once I complained to the principal, then complained me also. You are not competent. You should face. Why are you come to me? It is your interpretation. I understood. Yes. I have to face myself. If I am completing to principal that you principal said that I will not go to control your class. It is you. You have to control your class. so she is saying this. I am myself having power in my arms. So why I will complain against you? Because Hare means a lion who can crush a elephant even. Dip means elephant. Dvi means twice. Pa means who drinks. So a elephant takes water first in his trunk and then he put it into his mouth. And so he drinks the water in two ways, twice. So he is called Dvidha Pevati. First taking it sucking it into his trunk and then he is pouring it into his mouth. So I am a lion who can crush the power of a elephant even. Harini Vrindavana Prayasaha, and you are just like deers. So to crush you, I have no very much effort. I don't require a great effort. I can easily control you persons. So Harini Vrindavana Prayasa. This is the stand. The stand alankar is always there. One thing is said and to prove it, while the other image is presented. That is called Drishtanta. So, Vipadarpa Harasiko Harini, as a king who has, as a lion who has crushed, who has conquered the elephant, how he will be required the assistance of other persons. So, you are just like a deer. So, I do not require any complaint against you. But Shri Radhika says that Kim Kartavyam Harina Yat Saravasam we Kim Kartavyam Harina. What a lion can be harmful to us. How a lion can be harmful to us while we have Lalta, Balita Purto Lalta. While we are having Lalta, who is very much Balita. And Lalta is a beast who can kill the lion also. So, Sri Vimardhanena Jantuna. So, Lalta is a Sri Vimardak Jantu. That means a beast who can even kill the lion. So, we are accompanied by Lalta. So, we are not afraid of this Hari, this Sri. And Shri Krishna says that Pankajakshi, oh, your eyes are just like the petal of the kamal or lotus. Nishtankitam avdhavetam. Now, I am clearly saying, Nishtankitam means clearly. Avdhavetam means you should understand this. Vidyot se kalpalate kamada dhunoshichabyayat chul karmukam ityarth punyam mamdehi pushkalam kim vasaki vesa sushtu vigraham. You are Vidyot se kalpalate. You are shining and being beautified like a kalpalata. A kalpavriksha kalpalata, that means very beautiful, a transcendental lata. you are being appearing. Kamada, and you can fulfill all kamna, all desires. As a person goes to Kalpalata, and whatever he desires, Kalpalata fulfills it. So in this way, the sentence of Shri Krishna is very much full of very much profound. Kamdhan is you can fulfill my desire. So whatever desire he has, so he says Kamada, you are a Kalpalata, and you can fulfill my whole kamana. What is kamana? Everybody knows that. Those Sakhi, everybody knows that what is kamana Shri Krishna is having. So, Kalpalate kamata, you don't say you are being beautified. Dunoshi chabhyayat chalma kalmakam, and you are now also moving your bro, your back. Eyebrow. And in the same way, Kalmakam, that means the Dhanush, the bow, you are also going. As in the zeal of fighting, a warrior just moves his bow. In the same way, you are moving your bow. So Dhanush, Vyayat means big. Chilli Kalmakam. Chilli means, Kalmuk means the bow. And chilli means just like the thunderbolt. You are moving it. So, Ityat Punyam, Mamade Pushkalam. So, either you give me Arth Punyam, the amount that is, that assessment was done. So, you pay that amount, Pushkalam fully, or Kimba Sakhi Sushtu Vigraham. Otherwise, you fight with me, with your Sakhi, and give me. Vigraham means fighting, and Vigraham has two meanings. Vigraham means fighting, and Vigraham means your body. So you give me your Vigraha. So either you offer your Vigraha to me, or you give me the. So Shri Krishna has two-edged sword of his tongue is going on. So his tongue is just like a double-edged talwa. So which has two meanings. So Sushta Vigraham, either you give me your Vigraha, this body, or Vigraha means you accept my challenge and fight with me. So this is a two-edged sword Shri Krishna is using. And Shri Lanta Kutilam Vilokyo, just saying, Gopika Har, Shankachurop Mardeno, Vikshat Vikramosi, O Gopika Har, you are the stealer, you are the thief of Gopika. Gopika Har. Gopika Har means who steals the Gopika. So Gopika Har, the address is very fine and very full of profound, excellent addresses are used here. Oh Gopika Har. Sometimes Shri Krishna is Pundajakshi, sometimes it says here, oh Gopika Har. Shankachur, our Mardaneno, you have killed Shankachur. So your Vikram is, your Prakram, your brainness is very much famous. So Shankachur Mardaneno, Vikshata Vikramosi, your Vikram, your Prakram, your brainness is always famous. Tad Ayukta Vigraha Vilashukta. So you are whatever Abhilasha you are doing, that is Yukta, that is very much proper. So you want to Vigraha, you are requiring our Vigraha, so that is Vikram means two means. Vikram means fighting, and Vikram means our Vigraha. You are desiring them. That is very Achyuta. And Shankha Chulo, this is also a Yamak Pro, a slash pro. Shankha Chul Mane, we are wearing the bangles made of Shankha. And while you are, you want to catch us, then those bangles will be broken. So Shankha Chula, the Chula, the bangles, those are made of Shankha. They are upamad. They will be right. So Shankha Chula upamad, Vikshata Vikrama. See, your Vikram is, your power is very much famous. Yukta. So it is now very much normal that very natural that you want to have the fight with us. That Yukta Vigraha Kamita. Shri Radhika said, Hant Saksha Kurta Parishramat Nodam. Oh, leave it. We have taken rest. Enough. We have enough rest we have taken. So, Kurtam Parishram Apnodam. Our Parishram, our tiredness is now removed. Tatvaritam Utkhipavtho. Nijam Gararikam. Just lift your features immediately and we should proceed. Not we should not waste time. Yeah. So we will not waste time here. So Utkhipavtho Nijam Gararikam. Shri Krishna says that Sakhe Subal Sambhruten Avashtambha Kumbhika Panchikeno Satwaram Ghatta Chatwaram Parishkriyatam. Sambhruten Mane Samyat Purneno Avashtambha Kumbhikeno. Because these five pictures are our property now. So Samvrtena Avashtambha Kumbhikeno. Avashtambha means they are the amount of our tax. So Avashtambha means tax. Kumbhikeno means these pictures are our tax. So, and Samvrtena, that means it is decided that these five kalash are our property. So Satwaram Ghatta Chatwaram Parishkriyatam. Please place them on Ghatta Chatwa, on the platform. Where? So Parishkriyatam. Taya. Maya Paschat Atta Panchini Dharishyate. Then I will then catch, I will then take the Panchini, that means the fifth one, that means Sri Radha. So you place these five colors, pictures on the platform, and then I am Panchini Dharishe. I will catch the Panchini, the Radhika, Yata Punnag Priya Asau. Because Sri Radhika is Punnag Priya. Punnag means me. I am the Punnag. I am the greatest among all male persons. And she is my Priya. So I will catch, I will take him. So in this way. Or the other thing is this, that the Panchini, that means Sri Radhika or Naga Panchini. Punnag Priya. Punnag Priya means the serpent, she serpent, as she serpent is always likes the Nag Panchami. Nag Panchami is a day of Shravan Shukla Panchami. In Shravan Mahina, Panchami Tithi is called Nag Panchami. So, Nag Panchami is serpent likes the day of serpent is Panchami. Panchami Tithi is always considered the days of day of Nag. Parva Tithi is considered, the Amavasya Tithi is considered the day of parents, ancestors, Pita. Dutiya is of Chandrama. Tritiya is considered the day of Devi. Chaturthi is the day of Ganesh. And Panchami is the day of Nag. And Sashti is the day of Surya. Surya Sashti. In Bihar, it is very much famous. Surya Sashti. So, Sashti. And Saptami is of Sapan. And Ashtami is of Basu. And Navami is of mothers, Matra Navami. And Dashmi is the, I don't remember it. And Ekadashi is of Indra. And Dwadashi of Vishnu. Ekadashi of Dwadashi of Vishnu. And in the same way, Tiryodashi and Purnima is considered the day of moon. So every day has its deities. So Yataha Punnag Priyasav. The Panchami Tithi is Punnag Priya, is the day of serpents. So I will get Shri Radhika, who is Panchami, who is the fifth one. So I will take her. So Maya Paschat Panchami Dhavishe, I will accept Panchami, that means Shri Radhika as well as Panchami, because Punnag Priya. So the Panchami Tithi is Punnag Priya. Panchami is a very favorite day of sun. Elephant, serpents. Normally it is describing Panchami is the day of serpents. It is decided by Brahma. So, one a specific day is reputed for the worship of a specific deity. So, Panchami is, on Panchami, the Sarpa Pujan is being done. She Suman says, Parikamya, Shri Krishna had some idea in his mind, but he speaks in this way that nobody can check him. So he immediately he can turn, he can jump to the other. I was not saying this. So this is the diplomacy of Shri Krishna. He has the special idea in his heart. Actually, he is having the interest in Shri Radharani. But if Shri Radharani says that, how are you behaving like that? You should not behave. You know that we are the princess of Vrindavana and Shri Krishna, Bhanu Baba. So, just to save himself, Shri Krishna has one shield and he uses such the language where he can immediately can change himself. I was not saying this. I was respecting you. He can immediately can say, I was always respecting you. I was saying that I will catch the Panchami. I was saying of Panchami, of not Panchami, not of you. So in this way, Shri Krishna has this slash only to just conceal these keen desires, and that cannot be caught. Yes. So Swan Parkami, Lalate, Bhav Dukha Prada घट्टग्रहं लम्भयामि युष्मत् कुम्भिता tat sukham chalantu bhamtyaha. Just give this picture to me as you are suffering with the weight of this picture. So I can carry it and you can move easily. So give it to me. So bhav dukkha prada kumbhita. This kumbhita, this picture is bhav dukkha prada, is suffering you due to its weight. Atah ghatta brahman brahmayami. I am keeping it in our storeroom, our clock room. So I am keeping these pictures into our clock room, in our storeroom. And tat sukham chalantu bhavantyah, so that you can move easily and freely. Lalta Savagyam Smritam Avalupya, with insulting, Savagyam, with insult, Smritam, smiling, and his smile shows the insult. Avalupya, Hadek, Hadek, oh, Are, Chillak Chaturya Chaudhya Chakravarti Leela Mahatya. Chillak means Prasiddh, a famous. Chillak means famous. Chaturya Chaudhya Chakravarti, a very clever Chor Chakravarti, the king, emperor of thieves. You are Leela Mahatya. You are the Amat, you are the secretary of that king who is very much famous for his chore activities, his thief activities. So Chaturya Chor, so Chillak means Prasiddha. Chaturya means whose cleverness is very much famous. Chor Chakravarti, that means Shri Krishna, and you are his Leela Amartya. You are his secretary. So, oh, secretary of that king who is very much famous for his theft, stealing, theft, who is very much famous. Shaitayam, Shaitayaha api lantayaha ka khalu Sadhvas Tranam api parhartum avasyate. Remember, Shaitaya api laltaya. If lalta is sleeping, and even at that time, kakhalu, who is the person who can sadhvasan, who without any hesitation can steal even a straw. So while I am even sleeping, even then nobody can steal a straw even. Parhatum adhyavasyate. Because don't think that in sleeping nobody can see. So because in sleeping the buddhi, the part of buddhi, that means 256th part of the intellect is at that time also is awakened. So in Jagrat Avastha, our limbs takes the subjects. Shabda Sparshini Prasgan. In Swapna, our limbs are not taking subjects, but our mind, man, is taking subjects. And in Shushupti, the Atma is accompanied with the 256th portion of intellect, so that Atma is the witness of absence of other senses. Agyan Sakshi. So Atma is also the Sakshi of Agyan. While we are in Sushupti, at that time, Atma is Sakshi of two things. Atma is Sakshi that I am Anand, Sukhamaham. And the other, Nakinchit Avedisham. That means the Ajnan, the ignorance of other things. So she is witnessing the ignorance also. So Gyan or Ajnan, दोनों की साक्षी है आत्मा. Atma is the witness of Gyan as well as Ajnan in the position of Shishupti. So it is normal, but here Lalta. So while Lalta is there, so see Lalta saying that who can still even straw, right? Lalta is sleeping. Even a normal person has the intelligence. Awaken, the part of intelligence, 256th part of intelligence is there. So he cannot react, but he is receiving the knowledge, he is receiving the things. He says that this person is in the coma, but he is not in the coma. He is not receiving anything. It is wrong. He is receiving everything, but he cannot react. So that is the thing. So Lalta is saying that who can still even a strong? Suvala, Sasanka Parabhrityo. Just she get back. Sasankam with fear, as Lalta has objected, so he immediately get back. Parabhrityo. And he said, Privasya Ekoham Katham Kumbha Panchakam Aharshami. How only being single, and these are 5 pictures, so how I can carry them. So that Epi Bhasvi Sadhan Swayameva Samyadehi. So just help me with this these friends. You please help me. Actually, the soul is afraid.
He's going to his superior.
So actually, he is afraid. So he asked the help of Shri Krishna, assistance of Shri Krishna, because he is not daring to go in the presence of Shri Lalta to take any, to touch any picture. So, Ekoham Katham Kumbha Panchakam Aharishami. I am only how I can carry these 5 pictures. So, just with your friends, just come and so that we can carry them.
No.
And Krishna is saying, oh, Subal, Subalopi, Sushta Durbalos. Your name is Subal, but you are Durbal. Janesh Lantaya, Halguvi evam Mataspatmi from Uchatitaha. This Lanta is just Mataspatmi, means she is false barking only, and you are afraid of them. So Mataspatmi means Arup. She is just denying, and you are afraid of them. So Phalgu means the little. You are afraid of them. So Sandam Smitam Apavaryo. So is smiling and Apavaryo. Just murmuring in the ear of Shri Krishna. Apavaryo. Apavaryo means she says something in the ear of Shri Krishna. Priyavasya Alam Vachana Matra Sulbhen Darpa Rashana. By speaking, the proud, having proud, that is very much easy to speak. So one can boast himself that I am so and I am so. But Vachana Matra Sulbheno, in speaking, this boasting is available. Sushtu Pratyakshi Krita Vikramosi. I have seen your Vikram. I have also witnessed your Vikram. Yet tasmin dive क्रीडा दूते राधिया तस्मिन् दिवसे राधिका सार्धं वर्तमाने क्रीडा दूते. I remember that instance when you was playing gambling with Sri Radhika and Puden Jam Udhishya and Sri Lalita has declared that Sri Radhika has won. And Akrishna Murli Katwam and Sri Radhika, Sri Lalita, and immediately fetched your Murli, fetched your flute. And Kaustubh Sangopanam Kurvan. So you could not, at that time, you did not register Radhika, Lalita. You could not register Lalita. And at that time, you was worried of saving your Kaustubh money because the Lalita will also, as she has fetched your fruit, in the same way she can fetch your Kaustubh money. So you was trying to escape your Kaustubh money at that time. So I know how brave you are. So I know that how brave you are. So don't boast here that oh you are and don't blame that oh Subal you are Nirmal. So how you are saying in this way? So Akrishna Mulli Katvam Kaustubh Sangopanam Kurvan. At that time you was hiding, concealing your Kaustubh. Susmer Mukhabhi Katakshi Vishayi Kriyamanaha. At that time, all these gopis was laughing upon you. Susmer Mukhavi, that means they are smiling on you. Shankar Purnam Samvratasi, and you among these gopis was very much mum and Shankar Pulaha, very much muted and
Afraid.
too stream Asi. Afraid as well as you became mute at that time. And you was very much afraid. Shankapula, afraid, being afraid. Shri Krishna says, "Oh, Mrishabad Vaigyanik." He says to Subal, "Oh, Mrishabad Vaigyanik, you are a scientist in creating false talks, wrong talks." Oh, Mrishabad Vaigyanik, Mauna Bhaj, be mum, mute. Maha Samiranasya me Vikram Ghati Parispandan Arambhe Rambhe Kem Baraki Lanta. While I will Mahasamiranasya, while I will act like a great air, great wind. So, they Samiran means while the Adhi or the hurricane comes. So, Mahasamiranasya, the hurricane comes. At that time, made Vikram Ghati Parispandan Arambhe. The whole Vikram Ghati became trembling at that time. Rambhe became Baraki. This Lalita, she is just like a Rambha, just like a Kela, banana. So, like banana, she is trembling. So, this is banana tree. So came Baraki. This Lalita is just like a banana tree. So so how she can face me? So while that great air comes, winds come, then it is trembling. She is trembling. So Mashabad Vijnanic, Maunam Bhaj. Mahasamiranasme. I am just like a great wind, storm. And at that time, Vikram Ghati Paraspandanam Arambhe, while whole Ghati, this valley is trembling. Rambhe Kayam Bharati. Then where she stands, she is just like a banana tree. And Vishakha says, Lanta says, Vishakhe Asmat, oh, does you remember that day? Asmat Priya Sakhi Bhataram. Shri Krishna is boasting and Shri Lalta is answering. Oh Lalte, I am remembering that instance. Which instance? One day, once upon a time, Asmat Priya Sakhi Bhataram. Shri Krishna was playing with our Priya Sakhi Radhika's Buddha. That means Sri Dhamma. Sri Dhamma, Shri Krishna is playing with Sri Dhamma. So Asmat Priya Sakhi Bhrataram, that means Sri Dhamma. Sri Dhamma Yogindram, and Sri Dhamma is Yogin, a great yogi. One day, so I pray my obeisances to Sri Dhamma, who pranayam Marutam Nirjityo. Shri Krishna is saying that I am Mahasamiran. So Shri Rama has, with his pranayam, he has conquered this storm. Shri Krishna. So Marutam Nirjiti Krityo. Marutam is this storm, this Marut Vayu. Shri Rama has Nirjityo, has control. And Maharam Gopinam Goshti Uttuli Karta. And seeing this, all Gopinam Goshti, our this group was very much became joyful, became very much happy, seeing that Sri Rama is Sri Rama won and Sri Krishna was defeated. And at that time, Sri Krishna became the horse and Sri Rama was riding on him. And seeing this, we all was very seeing this, the Vijay of Sri Rama, of our Sakhi, we all became very much happy. Vishaka says, Lalte sadhu kimit smaritam tvaya. Well, very fine, very fine. You have very beautifully remembered me. This thing, I am very much happy. Sri Dama Chandrankit Purva Kayam Bhandir Purvachal Mashrayantam Krishnam Budam Yat Vilok Vrinda Smere Masi Chapala Sakina. And here is a Rupa metaphor that Shri Krishna is just like a moon. And Sri Dam Chandrankit Purva Kayam. No, Shri Krishna, Sri Dama is a moon. Sri Dama is a moon. It is a Sang Rupa. So he is similarizing Sri Dama as Chandra. And so Sri Dama Chandra. Sri Dama is a Chandra, is a moon. Ankit Purvakayam. And his Purvakaya means his face was shining just like the moon. Bhandir Purvachal Mashrayantam. And Bhandir Bhatt was just like a Purvachal, Purva hill, Purva mount, where the Chandrama is arise. Chandrama arises. So Bhandir Purvachal Mashrayantam. So Sri Rama was Sri Rama just like a Chandrama, and Bhandir was just like a Purvachal, that means the rising mountain. And he is Ashrayantam, he is living there. Krishnambudam yatra biloke Vrinda. And Shri Krishna was just like a ambud, that means a cloud. So as on the cloud, the moon is shining on a peak of a mountain. So at the Bhandir Bhat, it was a mountain, Shri Krishna was a cloud, and Sri Rama was Chandrama. So seeing that Chandrama, Vrindas, Mere Masi Chakla Sakhina, our Sakhi Shri Vrinda, she was smiling, seeing this Shobha, this scene. She Vrinda is smiling. And Shri Krishna says, oh, that is not the thing. Because while we are playing, in playing, a person, in playing, among our all friends, every friend is, sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses, sometimes he defeated. So that is not the thing of remembering. That is a normal play. That is a normal instance. So, atrna savayasam garnan tade. As we are savayas. So, among us, who friend is sometimes jiyate jayativa, who is conquered or wins or being defeated. So, jiyate jayativa, nakah sakha. Every sakha sometimes get the chance of winning and sometimes gets in playing, sometimes get the chance of being defeated. But goes to Suhunam Kimagatam. So, what goes to you? You persons. So, goes to Suhunam, you, this Vrinda and other, any beautiful lady, what she counts here. So, she stands no here. They stand no here. So, Vastu goes to Sudan Kimagatam, Karanam Baratut, Wo Marapluta. So, they stand no here. They are regardless to this thing. So, they should not be very much proud that Shri Krishna was defeated or Shri Krishna was conquered. So, this does not matter to them. Because we agree is sometimes we loses, sometimes we wins. So this is a normal way of playing. And Shri Krishna Radha Dat Nichasana Kanchana Chet Chaturi Manas Kanchana Shrata Gauri Gairat Vichitra Po Darim Tvam Tata Pravisha Bhubrato Darim. So Dat Nichasana Kanchana Chet, you do not want to give the money to ask a Chaturi Manas Kanchana Ashrata. And Kanchan, this is Yamakalankar. One Kanchan is gold and other Kanchan is any. Kanchan koi. So, and you are accepting any Chaturi, cleverness. You are adopting any cleverness and you do not want to give the gold to us. Gauri, Kairat Vichitra Podari. Oh Gauri, now I have prepared a very good cave that is very much painted with Kairik, with the clay, red clay. So, Kairik Vichitra Podari, with red clay I have painted and I have decorated that cave. So, Tvam Tata Pravisha Bhubhruto Darim. I have prepared this Shri Giri Kandara. So, you come to that. And in this way, Shri Krishna try to hold Shri Radhika. And Shri Krishna holds Shri Radhika. And then Shri Lalita immediately comes between Shri Radha and Krishna, and Shri Lalita says, "No, no, you cannot, oh Ratnari, you cannot touch my Sakhi." And in this way, Shri Radhika is smiling, and in the shield of Shri Lalita, Shri Radhika is saved, and Shri Krishna, sometimes being right, sometimes being left, want to hold Shri Radhika. And in this way, ye, take and hide. This game is going on. So in this way, Shri Radha and Krishna are playing. Bolo Shri Bihari Lal ki jai. Bolo Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai.
Shri Ramana Hari Govinda.
Shri Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Jai Gaur